Heyo, and welcome back to another installment of Game On, the show here where I rip off ideas from the internet, completed by, let's be honest, better content creators, and try to do them myself and do an absolutely terrible job at them. This video's task seems to ask the question, yet again, that no one asked: can you beat Fallout 4 as Lara Croft? Heyo, Future Beard here. So yeah, I originally had this video out for the release of Tomb Raider HD, and it was also coincide with Lara's birthday, but due to copyright, and of all things, it was the basic theme that I was putting in the background, which isn't claimed, because I've used it in other videos elsewhere, but it's not claimed there, so why it was claimed here, I don't know. But anyway, that gave me the idea, because when I was reviewing it to try and sort out the audio, the copyright, the pacing was just all off on this video. So this is that video again, but I've just re-edited it, fixed things around, so yeah, hopefully this one's a bit better. So yeah, let's jump in. So the challenge is quite interesting, let's say. As we are channeling the legendary explorer, we don't have any weapon restrictions, and with the help of a mod, we'll have some questionably close apparel. We'll get to that later. So there are some rules though. First, no companions. 2, no power armor. 3rd, no perks. As in the classics, you have a stable health bar, etc., so we cannot upgrade our character past the initial section. This also means no bobbleheads, magazines, anything like that. Number 4, no VATs. With the initial section, we spec into strength for carry weight, and also, yeah, strength for 10, endurance for health, and agility. Well, we are Lara after all. Onto the game. The start is the same as always. In the vault we kill the roaches, pistols only, as Lara has no melee attacks, and we escape as normal. At Sanctuary we cast our apparel, and yeah, it seems to mess with the default skin, as her underwear isn't on her body correctly. We're just gonna have to live with that. Firstly, we head over to Drumlin Diner, and ammo is already becoming a bit of an issue. Well, we don't have classic Tomb Raider auto-aim, and I'm not good at games. Straight to Diamond City, so we can, where we're going to find Nick. Park Street Station, and oh boy, flashbacks to the Lister run have overwhelmed me, and I'm a little worried. Turns out I might be okay. In the early game, enemies aren't too bad. I'm sure this will be okay, and I will not regret those words. Headshot after headshot after headshot. Then, instant regret, as Dino may be an issue. Nothing that a good helping of British stubbornness in close-range combat won't solve. With Dino finally gone and Nick liberated, it's on to Skinny Malone. As we haven't spec'd into charisma, there's no point in the speech checks, so straight into fighting. Come on, double time. With that all out of the way, it's on to the agency, but first we mark off Fort Hagen for later on, so we can just fast travel there and skip the whole dog meat section. Also adding onto our map Good Neighbour and the Old North Church. And let's just get this out of the way. Yes, it's a railroad ending this time. I thought that best suited Lara, especially for the last revelation and all the issues she caused in Egypt. Saving Sims seems to be a good apologetic gesture. If it looks like I'm skipping some bits here, I am. This is all mainly paint by numbers stuff. So really, Fort Hagen's the next important bit. As Lara's never really fought robots, yes, old statues come to life, but no, not robots. The Sims are our first step. First of many to come. I did regret those words from earlier. But we do get to appreciate some death animations, and this is Tomb Raider after all. Finally we get to Kellogg, and this is the easiest it's ever gone. I think I ever fought.
Enemy. Actuator.
For some reason, dog meat was glitched in, but we now have a Magnum. Now it's onto the memory den, so let's skip. And it's over. As this is Lara, who, let's be honest, steals relics and treasure, then hides them in a house behind elaborate puzzles so only she can see them. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is the opportunity to steal the Fat Man whilst Hancock gives a speech, we're going to go for it. Well, the second time around anyway, as the game crashed. We say hello to our old friend Eleanor and do some trading, and back onto the long walk for the glowing sea, where I just run past everything, as now I'm starting to struggle due to a lack of perk investment. Crater of Atom goes normal, so on to Virgil. Skip! And now on to Green Tech. And this is where our luck really runs out. The lack of ammo causes a serious issue, and we can't use melee. We're screwed. Yet again, we get to check out some more amazing death animations that help ease the pain of the constant failure. Eventually, thanks to stupidity and stubbornness, we get there and onto the Corsair. Due to the footage being a bit crap here, I'm not going to show too much. Capture Card wasn't playing ball at this point. We're entering the easiest password in the history of passwords. Now onto the meat and potatoes as we finally meet the railroad proper. Capture Card still is not playing ball, so not much to show here. Back to Virgil, and back to the railroad, and some of their quests. Bethesda, please never change. Girl power, kitchen, cooking. Sorry, what happened there? I just blacked out. Sorry about that. Ah, the switchboard. Can you tell how much I hate doing the railroad storyline? Thanks, Lara. I start by clearing out the end. This initially seems like a good idea, but as this playthrough is channeling Tomb Raider, there is only one path. And then I have to turn the way all the way to the tunnel. Why? False ideas of choice. BT Dubs have been collecting laser weapons and their ammo purely to sell them so they can buy back other ammo types. Thought I'd share that with the group now whilst I remember. Through the tunnels and it just eats up time and ammo, but eventually we get the best pistol. Well, in my opinion anyway. I come to the church, we pick our nickname, and we've now completed the quest so we can fast travel straight to the HQ and save so much more time going forward. And take as much aid as junk as we need. After a long speech, we get our quest to take Mercer Safe House, or Starlight Drive-In, whichever you prefer. We build the Interceptor and finally head over to the Institute. Once there, using the network scanner, we meet Father. We then rendezvous with Patriot, or Liam, whatever, our railroad inside man, and formulate a plan. And the plan is to do the Institute quest line. Inspiring, I know. We again collect Virgil Serum, and this time we run past the Assaultrant and straight over to the old FEV lab, collecting the relic, and back to the glowing sea to get the serum for Virgil as normal. Getting the admin password for pulling the labs for Pam wasn't as bad as simple goals and no real threat at this point, even including those that phase through walls. Or is this one passing through a teleporter to Valhalla to see Lara's mother? And after we do some hacking ourselves, we prove that no, we don't need Zip, and with this complete we hand over the MacGuffin, speak to Z114, or was it Z114? Hand the password over to Liam. After giving Z1 a day, we start the rebellion, and it goes well. Next attempt goes a lot better though. Now it's purely the Institute missions for a while. I suppose this is why the railroad storyline gets some heat. It's just boring, very little new quest-wise, and it goes on for such a long time. So I'm going to skip most of their quests, as I'm sure I'll have another run showing this more detail. I've already got their quest lines in previous videos as well, so we're just going to focus on the railroad, and I'm just going to leave in any funny or weird stuff. Libertalia gives us some issues due to the raider with a fat man. Cue another short montage of death animations just for fun. Look, it's more like Tomb Raider than we thought. Well, at least it is in my hands. But eventually we get our new shotgun and we continue to everyone's favourite, Bunker Hill. We start by tipping off the railroad and kill the Corsair escort. In another anticlimactic fight, I'm going to rename this one Larson. Then my synth teammates body block me, leading to Brotherhood easily taking care of me. I decided to rename the Brotherhood of Steel into the cult of followers that Marco Bartoli has, because they're just annoying. Nothing a fat man can't handle though. We get our saving grace of a weapon. We went through the simps and head over to Father. Now mass fusion, which goes really well. Marco's cult make mincemeat out of me. I'm really now struggling thanks to the lack of armour and perks, so we jump off the roof into Good Neighbour. Eventually. Purely so he can skip the lift section. After many attempts at platforming, we make it and collect the relic, but not quick enough apparently. The rads are too much for this power, but I finally get the thing. A panic run back, but we do make it and clear off our rads. And more robots that explode. I guess these are our version of Atlanteans. And the robots destroy them. The young level is also hurting us, but amazing weapon comes in clutch. Well, after a few attempts anyway. By the few I mean a lot. This was the first time in this playthrough I found it starting to drive. The Atlanteans are just too much for Lara. If only we had our pilot's jacket from Tibet, but what can you do? Finally the task is done and we make our escape. We decide to leave our synth partners to fight for themselves. Well, we're not with the Institute this playthrough. With House Divided done, we get a heads up of a Brotherhood invasion in the Railroad HQ. So time to defend our allies. Marco's goons again make their presence felt, but in this first room at least, they're not too much trouble. The only real issue comes from the wands and power armour, but making use of the walls for cover and some patience, we eventually get to collect ourselves with Desdemona. Check on Glory and finish the job. In the next room it's more of the same, but the Gatling laser proves to be too much for the insurgents. After checking in with Des, we decide to take the fight to the Brotherhood, starting at the Cambridge police station. This is now really getting hard. The knights in power armour kick the living stuffing out of me. Or Marco's knights, as they're now chronologically known, straight up destroy me. That is until I make another 1000 IQ idea. If they can make it to the roof and use the infinite ammo minigun on the vertebra, this should trivialise this moment. But after picking up a mini nuke for later, disguised as the Brotherhood, this takes me a couple of tries, as I've decided to go non-guns blazing. I know it's not really Lara, but if you remember in Tomb Raider Chronicles, there are some stealth sections. Wait, what do you mean you don't know Tomb Raider Chronicles? But eventually we get the timing down, lay the explosives, get to safety, and blow the Brotherhood away. Now the last mission. The beginning bit is fine, just your standard clear the enemies out of the room and speak to the quest giver. Get reinforcements, arrive to the Institute proper, kill a gorilla, accidentally kill some teammates, speak to our son for the last time, die a couple of more times thanks to an OP sim. I do use the mini we got from the top of the police station, but capture screwed up, so just believe me, it did happen. Plant the bomb and escape. Press the big red button, watching the end of the Institute. So yes, Yes, you can beat Fallout 4 as Lara Croft. This challenge was so hard towards the end. The lack of perks and improving our character and making it really, really tough. But we get through it in the end. This video is not over though. It wouldn't be a Tomb Raider without a T-Rex, right? As this is Fallout though, we have to settle for the closest we can. Now, we are done.